Hey gang, welcome back. I want to introduce you today to something that Deb and I had a chance to do, the gold mine experience. We just got to meet Rollie Steven, his wonderful wife Kathy, and a couple of guys that work there, Al and Lane. And it was one of the most impressive gold mine tours we've ever taken. The stuff on the inside, even the stuff on the outside, what a great place, what a beautiful place. If you're in Wickenburg, you got to come up and see this place. Let's go take a look.
Welcome to What Doin'. We're Deb and Aaron, two retirees originally from Washington State who love to travel the country, make new friends, have new adventures, scuba dive, hike, cook, and just about anything outdoors. For the ride. You never know what kind of crazy adventures we're going to get mixed up in. You never know what doing. Before we get to the mine, let's talk about getting to the mine. As you leave Wickenburg and drive out past the rodeo grounds, you'll come to the end of the pavement. Don't panic. You'll see side-by-sides and four-wheel drive vehicles, and you know that our truck Doug is a four-wheel drive Chevy Colorado, but I never had to use the four-wheel drive. Now, it's signed as a mountain road with sharp curves and grades, but it's not that bad. The high clearance was nice, but we saw other passenger cars making the trip too. You will get dusty and dirty, but it's worth it. Let's go meet the crew.
Nothing to brag right home to mama though, but y'all check it out.
Oh yeah, I can see it on there. Sparkle, sparkle.
Oh yeah, you see him up in the ridge there?
Yeah, that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, there's 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5. A little thicker.
So explain this setup and what you're doing here.
So what this is actually meant for cleanup, right? So after you've sat and panned out your pan and you got all those little bits floating in the bottom, you don't want to spend all that time to go through the stuffer bottle and sweep them all out per se. This is so you can kind of make your life a lot easier, if you will. So you take your cleanups from your pan after you panned it all out and you see color in it, and you just dump it up here and it's going to riffle through what we call these ripples. There's two sets of them. We have standard bar and we also have what's called a vortex. Vortex is going to create a low pressure zone just like a vortex, if you can imagine, suck everything in that's heavy going past it. Bar works just the same as running water over slats, if you will. So there's that little raise like an ocean wave that comes behind it. Well, that's almost like a vacuum effect. It'll pull anything into it, right? Yeah. And gold being 19.4 times heavier than water, it almost never fails to sit together. We've got our neighbors coming up with
So I know you guys are doing like the tailings and clean up from the floor and things like that.
when we don't have
How much are you pulling out that they missed way back in the 1800s?
So to give an example, one percentage always love to run past the old numbers just to think about it. They only pull on average 10% out of their ore back in the day. You can think about it, 10%. So nowadays our processes run upwards of 98 to 80% recovery rate. So you're not going to end up, or 99, 80% recovery rates depending on what you're doing. So you're not going to end up with losing as much as they did. They've lost 90% of the value that they could have had. Because a lot of our money's made from the tailings piles. They're just pulling what ore they're doing. Or even blasted out and took out, and they just said they didn't think it was worthwhile.
You have enough tailings to keep you going and mine that every day?
Oh yes, sir. We will be active for a while here. We got 10 patented mine claims on site for sure, and then we're discovering new ones every other day. So there's all kinds of tailings piles and funds still running through them.
Cool.
Yeah, I see them.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. It only gets more exciting when you start to look. You start getting a little bit more. If you notice something new every day, we go in those tunnels, or you see them walking around the property, checking out what's going on, kind of.
Yeah. Still exploring, still finding, and every day is a wow day.
Yeah, every day is a different adventure. It's like being in paradise here for the most part. If you're a rock hound or if you like any type of geology stuff.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man.
They've identified 17 mines on the property, and they're still exploring and finding new things every day. Kathy took us for a tour to see some of what it was that they were finding.
We're known for gold. We do have platinum and palladium and silver and copper, iron, turquoise. We have fire opals. We have garnets. We have rhodium. We have lichen. I'm out of breath. I could keep going on forever. There's so much, especially in just this one line. Now this whole entire area across here is called a catch. There was boards that ran from post to post. They were able to work up here. The boards would catch the ore, prevent it from it falling down where the tracks of the ore carts were. This small little area is still intact. And then they would move a board out of the way. The ore would fill up the ore cart. They put the board back and work again.
How did you get into this? You and your husband.
We bought a gold mine.
Yeah, I mean, what makes you build a gold mine?
I learned real quick. I had to learn everything real quick because once we discovered the history here and finding the slab of concrete, we just sat there one day and said, we have to share this.
Yeah.
So then I started heavily studying everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it was real important for us to share it, for to go through an actual 1800s mine.
Yeah.
A lot of people do this, but they dig the mine themselves. So that was our one main concern, is make sure everybody was able to come through here. Now right in front of us is the chute and the ladder, and they both go up 300 feet, right around 300 feet to tunnel 2. So if you stand at the very base of the ladder, I'll be able to show you.
Oh my word.
Isn't that amazing? Way up there where my flashlight is, I found 5 little dots.
Do you see him, honey?
Oh yeah.
So as the rocks fall, you can see all of these have fallen down. More debris falls down. We're hoping to expose a little bit more. Maybe the 20-pound nugget. Gold is almost $3,000 an ounce.
Oh wow.
When they were mining, it was $7.63 an ounce.
Seeing the big shiny nugget hanging out of the ceiling was pretty cool, but then she busted out the black light.
Oh wow. This is calcite. I'm going to show you on the opposite side. This is willemite. We have here.
Oh, that's so cool. Don't go off. You're gonna get down in the water.
I'll show you some other areas a little bit bigger.
That's amazing.
All of this is going to be like a fluorite.
So how did you discover that? I mean, because you need the black light to find it.
You do.
Or did you know there was stuff in here and start looking?
First off, this is the start of a fire opal. Had experts come through and identified it. What happened is, you kind of know that there's minerals and fluorescence, but I had a different type of black light that I was using. It's like your basic scorpion hunting black light. It only showed barely a color or two. So a guy came in with this one and he showed me the difference, because it's a different type of black light, to where it showed all the minerals.
How exciting.
So I had no idea for the first 2 years we had all these minerals in here and these colors.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Wow. It's like unwrapping a Christmas present.
Every day, I'm telling
day.
you.
When you get done with the tour, stop into the gift shop and check out some of the souvenirs. There's also a burger bar where you can usually find Rollie. Now, let me fill you in on Rollie, since he's usually too humble to talk about himself. Rollie retired from Phoenix Fire Department, where some of his fellow firefighters talked him into entering a talent contest. He performed El Paso by Marty Robbins. In fact, he performed it so well that some people accused him of lip syncing. He has an old country voice and has performed with acts like Alan Jackson, Sawyer Brown, Chris Ledoux, and he has duets with Lynn Anderson. He's written over 200 original songs. There are plans to turn the property into a music experience destination, and things are in the works for an Airbnb and a bar in one of the mines. They're still exploring the property and finding new structures and foundations fairly often. At one time, there were around 200 structures on the property. Now, this is the most interesting mine tour Deb and I have ever done, and we loved it. If you happen to pass through Wickenburg, Arizona, don't let the road intimidate you. Go for the experience. For more information, check Deb's blog on whatdoin.net. That's all for now, but keep an eye out for us, because you never know what doing.